We're classic.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Kitty and Red moments on that 70s and that 90s show. For this list, we'll be looking at the best, funniest, and most heartwarming times Mr. and Mrs. Forman Sr. proved they were the grooviest characters in the original series and its 90s set spin-off. What's your favorite Kitty and Red Forman moment? Tell us about it in the comments. Number 10. Getting through Red's health scares. That 70s show. A man devoted to beer, meat, cheese, and rage is bound to rack up a few health issues. Fortunately, or unfortunately for Red, Kitty's a loving wife and a qualified nurse, so when he lies about his checkup, she goes above and beyond to improve his health. Not that he's all that appreciative.
I just got off the phone with Dr. Leggett. He said your blood pressure is through the roof.
Well, Kitty, who are you going to believe?
Later, in season 5, Red suffers a heart attack following Lori and Fez's shocking news.
Red, you're all clammy. Red, I think you're having a heart attack.
No, open your eyes. He's having an arm attack.
Michael?
This forces Kitty to double down on her efforts, controlling everything he eats, chucking out the liquor, and always staying one step ahead of him. Kitty's very dedicated to ensuring her husband sticks around to put plenty more feet where they don't belong.
Busted, mister.
Number 9. Trying to help Kitty through menopause. That 70s show. In season 5, Kitty announces she's pregnant, only to learn she's actually starting to go through menopause.
The doctor told me I started menopause.
Kitty, language!
It's a rough time for her. Unfortunately, the men in her home don't handle the situation particularly delicately. And to no one's surprise, Red doesn't exactly share his wife's bedside manner or knack for healthcare and well-being. And it really shows here.
A woman's body... Kitty, explain it to the boy.
However, he does eventually come through when he brings home a puppy in a desperate attempt to cheer her up. Sure, he could have been more sensitive overall, but it's super sweet that he goes to such effort to make his wife happy, even if cute little Shotzi keeps sitting in his chair.
Oh, not again.
Number 8. Good Cop, Bad Cop. That 90s show. After Leia lies to her grandparents about going to the movies, Red finds an oddly dressed Aussie waiting alone in their driveway. The couple takes on a good cop, bad cop role to coax the teen into revealing where Leia really went. Of course, Kitty's the sweet and gentle one, while Red can only see, well, red.
You'll never see your mother again until you start talking.
That makes it all the funnier when Leia ultimately gets caught, and they switch roles. Watching Kitty lose it is hilarious. When she goes rogue, she takes no prisoners, and even her granddaughter isn't safe from her wrath.
I really messed up.
Uh-huh. Well, you are grounded for a week. No cable, no Nintendo. And that chia pet you like so much? I'm gonna put it in the freezer until it dies.
Meanwhile, Red shows that embodying the unforgiving disciplinarian takes a lot of practice. Either way, they make a great team.
I've seen enough Law and Order to know that there has to be a good cop.
So I'm the bad cop? Oh, I like this.
Number 7. Tell Me Something Good. That 70s show and that 90s show. The entertainment biz doesn't always like to show mature characters getting intimate, but not Red and Kitty. Even after decades of marriage, they're about as randy as the teens who take over their basement.
Oh,
Usually, you know that they're going to get it on when they suddenly race up the stairs. Or if Tell Me Something Good by Rufus and Shaka Khan plays, which is a running gag they continued in the 90s spin-off.
Tell me something good.
It's refreshing to see an older couple still physically attracted to one another and who looks for any opportunity to spend some time alone together. Red and Kitty might just have one of the healthiest relationships we've seen on television.
What should we do with all of this time alone?
Number 6. Enjoying time together. That 70s show. Speaking of enjoying each other's company, there's a lot this couple relishes doing together outside the bedroom. In season 1, with all the kids headed to Jackie's ski cabin, Red plans a romantic evening for 2, but Kitty remembers a past indiscretion that puts a damper on his plans.
And how's my pretty lady?
Oh, you are so full of crap.
In the lead up to their 25th anniversary in season 8, Red's feeling extra amorous and ups his romance game. He's made plans for the two of them, unaware that Kitty intends to throw a surprise party.
So I got us the same room.
To celebrate our silver anniversary, you want to take me for an afternoon tryst to a cheap motel?
Their relationship may best be summed up by this season 3 moment. Red tells Kitty that there's no one he enjoys spending time with, but she's the rare exception.
I just want to spend it with people I really, really love. Like you. And, well, mostly just you.
Number 5, encouraging Kitty to go back to work. That 90s show. In that 70s show, Kitty steps up as the breadwinner when Red faces some setbacks at work, ultimately being made redundant.
Nah, I'm not worried, Kitty. I'm too drunk to be worried.
By the time we reunite with them in that 90s show, both are enjoying retirement. However, with the summer almost over and Leia soon heading home, Kitty considers returning to work. At first, Red isn't very supportive. In fact, he's downright dismissive.
Why would you want to go back to work? You know what's there, don't you? Work.
However, when Kitty starts doubting herself, he finally gives her the encouragement she needs. He reminds her that she's a great nurse and can do anything she puts her mind to.
Anytime that you have set your mind to something, you have done it.
Despite his earlier reservations, he's genuinely happy when she gets the job.
I got the job!
Number 4, Red makes dinner. That 70s show. When Kitty has to work extra shifts, Red assures her he can take care of things at home.
Come on, Kitty. I'm not helpless. I think I can get these guys some dinner.
This is a pretty big deal, as a man keeping house while the woman goes out to work was far less common back then. However, it soon becomes clear that he's not much of a cook.
You want to eat this?
No.
That makes it all the sweeter when Kitty comes home after a rough shift and Red has dinner ready for them to enjoy together. But it's the intention behind it that makes it worthy of a place on our list. It might not be the nutritious home-cooked meal Kitty might have hoped for, but it's the thought that counts, right?
Oh, it's really nice. Where'd you hide the bucket, Red?
Number 3, Kitty turns the tables on Red. That 70s show. Season 5 was rough for Kitty, culminating with Eric and Donna's upcoming nuptials and plans to move in together. The final straw is when Red gives the teens his blessing, much to her dismay.
You're a man now. And you have my blessing.
Kitty loses her cool entirely, resulting in a rant that requires a lot of bleeping.
3 more months with my baby boy, and now they're gone because of your bull.
The icing on the cake is when she concludes her angry venting with one of her husband's favorite words. Red loves throwing that word around, so there's nothing more satisfying or hilarious than seeing it used on him by an irate Kitty.
Way to go, dumbass!
Red's too stunned to react, although that's probably for the best because one wrong response and she might have borrowed another of his catchphrases. Number 2, Red and Kitty dig into some special brownies. That 70s show. Things get a little colorful when the adults accidentally get into Hyde's special brownies.
See, Steven, your brownies, they were a big hit.
They end up in their own circle that's just as funny, if not funnier, than the gang's usual smoky sessions. Kitty gets a little looser-lipped and even more giggly, while Red shows a side of himself we didn't even know existed.
I like that word, hip. It kind of pops, you know? Hip, hip, hip.
Seeing the older Formans and their friends under the influence is one of the most hysterical things to ever happen on the show. Watching them handle the munchies at the end of the episode is a close second. Seriously, how did we not get more episodes with these two accidentally or even intentionally joining the circle? It would have been so lit.
And this guy offered me $200 for the Vista Cruiser. So I sold it to him.
You sold Eric's car? Oh, no.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Mrs. Forman takes the fun out of funnel cake. That's 70s show. Kitty takes the wheel when Red gets a tad too involved at the car show.
You two, get your ASSs back to the car. You two get your BOOBs off my husband.
Eric gets the talk. That's 70s show. A comically confusing talk about the birds and the bees from Mr. and Mrs. Forman.
Foreplay is very important.
Oh, no, it's not.
Kitty's hair. That's 70s show. Red brings Harmony with a hug. Red forgets to record. That's 70s show. For the record, this is super relatable and hilarious.
That's right, I forgot to rewind the tape.
The tape.
Red has kitty vision. That's 70s show. Find someone who knows you so well they don't have to look up to know what you're thinking.
Yeah, they're all nuts. Except you, sweetheart.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The way they might have met? That's 70s show. After almost 25 years of marriage, some earlier relationship moments may become fuzzy. Kitty reprimands her husband after he botches the story of how they met.
That's not how we met at all.
But it soon becomes clear that she's none the wiser either.
Oh, great. Now, neither one of us knows how we met.
It's only later, over a couple of Manhattans, that the memories come flooding back. And it's as amusing as it is adorable.
You all right?
I bumped into your butt and fell down.
We love their story, but they'd be happier if one of their misremembered accounts were true. In another memorable flashback, we're taken back to a Halloween when Kitty learns she's pregnant, and Red comes up with his signature term of endearment.
He's an ass. And he's dumb. He's a dumbass.
Still, nothing says meant to be more than their hilarious meet cute.
You bumped into my butt and fell down, and that's how we met?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.